Sorry for the shakiness. It's so wonderful to be out running. It's pretty wild to look down at my watch and be like, wow, I've been running for 8 miles. And to have gone so many years without running, and it helped people heal and overcome their physical pain for over 2 decades. And I've taught students how to become a person, a clinician that helps people overcome their pain. And it's hard work being a human. It was hard to not run for that distance. It was hard to stop running when I had the slightest bit of left kneecap pain. But that's what happened in the spring of 2021. And so I stopped running and I started to investigate why I had that knee pain. And then I had to deal with a lot of frustration as to why, as I tried different things and it persisted, and it was never severe. I didn't let it to get severe because pain, my body was telling me something. My body was saying something is not okay. And it was hard to listen. It was hard to stop and listen. And for years, I didn't run, or would run just little short intervals, maybe a mile. Then, I don't know, a year ago, a long run was building up to 2 miles. And still, when I run in my neighborhood, my longer runs are 2.5 miles. About 6 months ago, I went boop and did a 5 miler, and I was like, well, okay. But patience is so key, and not just time. It's like baking a cake, okay? You need a certain amount of time to make a good cake. You try to rush it, it's not gonna work. It's either gonna be gooey, or you're gonna turn up the heat and it's gonna fry and dry out, not be the right texture. But we can make all different kinds of cakes, right? We can have different goals. It can be different shapes, like a bundt cake. It could be a sheet cake. It could be a layered cake. It could be something that you're decorating for aesthetics. You can have a chocolate cake, a vanilla cake. Obviously, lots of different flavors of cakes. Funfetti cake. But you need core ingredients. You need some sort of flour. You need some sort of binder. You need some sort of sweetener, right? And the same thing, your body needs that in a rehab process. And you need patience. You have to wait for that cake to bake. You can't try to bake it too fast. You can't take it out before it's done. You got to let it happen. And I'm so grateful 4 years later to be back on the trail, running again, and getting to feel like all the neurotransmitters that changes in my brain, all the hormones that changes, the endorphins and the endogenous opiates that it lets off. Running is so good for mental health, or that any kind of intense exercise. Cardio is good for that. Intense weight training is good for that. So it's so great. And for me to have this time as an introvert, alone on the trail, as a beauty seeker, somebody that gets to stop and notice all the beautiful things out and about, it just really shifts my mind. It recharges me. My brain makes all kinds of connections out here. I find myself wanting to connect with you and share learnings and thoughts, insights that I have. And so I'm just so grateful. So if you are experiencing pain and it's been going on for longer than you think, make sure you're doing all the things you can, and make sure to know where your limits are. I've been studying how to help people do this for when did I start my kinesiology degree? So I've been doing it almost 30 years, and I have a good one. Almost 30 years, right? And it still took me about 4 years to get back. And so I was optimistic that whole time that I could do it, and it sustained me because I wanted to get back to that goal, and I knew I couldn't take out the cake early, couldn't overcook the cake by turning it up too much. I just had to listen to my body, but I had those skills and resources. One of the things I did though is I went and saw help. I had a brief little bit of physical therapy for them to help see things that were weak that I wasn't aware of, or any tips, suggestions they had. I saw an orthopedist, a surgeon, and had a screw removed from surgery from when I was 20 to see if my body was rejecting that, and that's why I was having that low-grade inflammation. So you have to consider like all the things: the stretching, the strengthening, the behavior, how I sit, how I hold my legs when I'm standing, walking, running, going up and down stairs, squatting, what's weak, what tires too quickly, doesn't have enough endurance. Even right now with running, I have to think about, that there's a ball between my knees, kind of separating them so that I hold my legs in better alignment. And I have to think about pushing that right leg back so that I don't shorten that step length. And I still do my weight training, but I'm so, so grateful. But if you're in the thick of it, stay optimistic, but it's not just time, right? You need the other key ingredients. So there's a bunch of different exercises, routes you can do. Find somebody. I'd love to help you. I can do coaching worldwide. Let's set up a consultation or a time reading for you. Live your healthiest life, okay?